Oh, the only Vandal Squad story, because I never had the pleasure of being arrested by the Vandal Squad. But the Vandal Squad came to my office when I had a studio on 23rd Street when they were going hard after Utah. And let me see, what year is it? Okay, it's definitely like statute of limitations is up. So Utah she was leaving, but she was gonna like bounce. Or maybe she didn't know she was gonna bounce at this time, or whatever. But I knew I was gonna stop painting because I had just gotten a book deal. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna I did this movie, and it's kind of like low key and undercover, but I'm like gonna do this book and I gotta stop painting. But this chick is gonna go out of state, and I love her, and you know what I mean? We gotta do this thing. And she was like, let's hit these trains. And I had hit trains a couple of times. I never really was into doing trains. Nobody saw it. It was just annoying.
Yep.
I hate when graffiti is reduced to a photo. It's sad. Yeah. You know what I mean? So she was getting pressed. And Chicago and Boston and now New York Vandal Squads were all working together to get her.
Wow.
Fucking A, man, right?
Crazy.
For the trains, right? Because so listen to all my graffiti writers. You don't want the Vandal Squad knocking? Don't do transit. Stick to the streets. I stick to the streets. It's my trick. When I do transit, they come to my office. Okay. So they came to my office. There were 10 of them.
Wow.
And and I had just been to my boy's funeral, so I was wearing a suit. It was just a very odd day, right?
Yeah.
So I'm wearing this really suit and really nice shoes. My hair's on, makeup on. And the cops walk in, and they see there's 5 girls in there, and they're fussing around with t-shirts and measuring stuff and folding stuff and da-da-da. And they were just I guess they thought they were gonna walk into a graffiti factory.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
they're what is going on? Why are these girls with t-shirts in here? What's happening? And why is this claw person in a suit? You know what I mean? And I was like, can I help you? What do you want? You know, they're we just want to talk to you. And they're come outside. And I was like, you can talk in front of my employees. They're like, no, come outside. So they made me come out to the hall. And they pulled this picture out of me on the train, standing on the train.
In front of your film. No.
But let me tell, I'll tell you this part at the end. And then they pull out a picture of my dog, my 17-year-old three-legged dog. Shout out to Peepers. And I had made a blue tape mohawk and eyebrows and whiskers. So she has all this weird blue tape stuff all over her face. And I'm like, fuck, they found all these emails between me and Utah, and they're printing out these photos. And they're like, who's this in this picture? And I was like, I don't know. I don't know. And they're like, isn't that your claw? I was like, I don't know. And they're like, is this your dog? I was like, I don't know. I was just I kept being I don't know. And they're like, do you have a lawyer? I'm like, I have 10 lawyers. I have 10 fucking lawyers. What lawyer you want to talk to? You want to talk to my IP lawyer? You want to talk to my criminal lawyer? Give me your card. I'll have one of them call you. You arresting me? They're like, we're not arresting. We don't need to arrest anybody right now. So, my family, right? We'll go back to my family, the black sheep of the family. My uncle was R.I.P. When he was living, was a super high-profile criminal defense attorney. And the first time I ever got arrested, I called him, and I was young, under 20, and he was like, I'm not going to tell your parents, but just stop this, but if it happens again, just call me. So every time I would get arrested, and whoever I would get arrested with, whether it was 3 o'clock in the morning, I would call my uncle, and there would be some young lawyer from his law firm that would come down to the Tombs in a bad suit, and they'd be like, Claudia Silver, because my name is Claudia Gold, but that was like my arresting name. So they have like a whole list. They're like Claudia Silver, Claudia Silverman, Claudia Goldberg, Claudia Gold. I'm like, hi. Because I used to try to like sneak out, like if I was sleeping and they said Claudia Silver, I would wake up or something. And they're like, I didn't, whatever. It was so stupid. So my uncle, I was like, these guys came to my office and they're hassling me and da-da-da. And he's like, do you know this woman? And I was like, yes, it's my friend. I'm not saying anything. Fuck this. And he's like, okay. And so he's like, she is not dealing with you. If you hassle her anymore, like, you are going to be embarrassed beyond belief. If you want to talk to her, you call my office first. And they just stopped. But that was it. That's all I had to do with the Vandal Squad. And I'm telling you, they were like, oh, let's go down and get claw money. And then they came in and they're like, why are these like all these like nice little girls here like working? Like it just